Well, let's go to Zach now in Statesville, North Carolina. Zach, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm living the dream, Zach. What's up?
Trying to figure out which dream I want to live so that I can live it.
Oh, I like these calls. I like these calls. How many are we choosing from?
I'm trying to choose between two. I'm like equally passionate about both of them, and I have no idea which one to choose because I've pro-conned each one, and there's pros and cons of each one, and I don't know which one's the better option.
Even after doing the pros and cons?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, you're putting me in a spot here. Now, this is tough. Now I'm up against the wall. So this is going to be interesting. So here we go. But the only way this is going to work, Zach, is if you got to really try hard to not let your brain speak. You got to have your heart speaking to me in the next few minutes. You got it? Mm-hmm. All right. So we've got two things. Tell me the two things. I know you've done pros and cons, so I'm not going to necessarily walk you through that because you still don't have a clear winner so far. So what are the two things you're choosing between?
One is technically my current job, which is I'm an over-the-road truck driver. Specifically, I would be looking at buying my own truck and switching the type of freight that I haul.
Okay, so essentially,
work on power lines.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm sorry. I got to make sure I understand this. So the one dream, option A, is you are buying your own truck, and you're essentially an independent contractor, and you would change whatever you're hauling, I guess at your whim, but you would own your own truck, so you work for yourself. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's pretty fair.
Okay, I just want to make sure I understood it. Okay, what's the second thing?
And the second thing would be going back to school for a brief 3-month thing and learning how to work on power lines. That way I could be at home a little more often.
Ah, okay. And when you do the pros and cons, you're telling me there are equal pros on the truck and the power line worker? There's equal pros and equal cons?
In a nutshell, I guess that would be accurate. Like there's different pros and cons to each respective field, but they even themselves out to where it makes it hard for me to decipher which one has the better pros and cons for me to make a decision on the career. Which
work, whether you're working on a power line or you're driving a truck, are you telling me that there's not a clear winner in the actual work itself? Let's take out everything else and just go the actual work. Which one of those two do you enjoy doing more? Hello.
But that's where I come into the challenge because that's why I say I'm equally passionate about both of them. I love my job right now, driving trucks, traveling the country. I love doing flatbed work, which is what I want to do if I keep doing this. But at the same time, I'm also a very skilled electrician, and that's where I got interested in power lines. And I believe that I would be cut out for the really hard labor they do because I don't have problems with weather when I have to be in it. I don't have to worry.
I got the answer.
Essentially.
I think I got an answer, but before I tell you, I just want to check the control room because they've been listening to the show for a long time. Nathan, you got a smile on your face. I don't want you to say what it is, but do you think there's a clear difference between how he answered those?
Yeah,
I do too. I think you love the truck driving way more. I don't even think it's even close. But I think that what's really hanging you up on this is you love your family even more than the truck, which of course you should. And I think you go, good gravy. I love the flatbed. See, let me just, okay, I can't wait any longer. I'm trying to drag this out so he gets there, but I'm just going to tell you what I heard. When I asked you which one you loved, you paused for a second, and then you did the one thing I told you not to do, and you started thinking instead of feeling. All right? That's what you did. And then I pushed you. I said, hello? And then you snapped out of your brain, and then you said, well, I really love the flatbed trucking. I really love it. You said it exactly kind of like that. And then when you talked about power lines, you went from love to pretty skilled at it, and I've got the work ethic to do it. It was a completely different conversation. It was like, hey, it was like if one of my boys comes to his dad, I like 2 girls. I've got two girls that I like the same. I got to ask one to the prom. But Dad, you got to help me decide. I like them both the same. And so then I get him talking about each girl. And without fail, Bob, when he talks about each girl, one of the girls, it's a different feel. And that's what you did about the truck. You're like, yeah, man, she's really pretty, man. I love being around her. Man, she's awesome. Love it. I don't know the other one. Boy, I tell you what, she could be wife material. Really fantastic girl. Great with her grades. Parents like her. The very different feel there. Did you feel that, Zach?
Yeah, I actually did, and that's why I called the show, as I knew if anybody could point something like that out that I was missing, it'd probably be you.
Well, brother, it was just as clear as it could be, and it wasn't just me. Nathan heard it too. That's why he's smiling. Madison's on the other line. She didn't hear it. But I'm telling you, anybody who's been listening to the show for a while heard the difference. It was as clear as a bell. So what you've got to reconcile is, how do I do the thing I love and be with those that I love as much as I want to be? And I think that's the challenge. I don't think there's a wrong choice here. I think you could really enjoy the power line. I didn't hear any kind of false narrative there, but I do know that there's a very clear difference. And my job is to just be the mirror for you. So the love meter is off the charts for being in a truck. I think you love the open road. I think you like all of that's there. And I think you enjoy the power line side of things. But you can't discount the family thing. So my question is, how do you get, and this is an actual question I have for you because I don't know the answer. How do you get the work? How do you do the work rather of the trucking?
On the power lines or
no. Don't, hey, stop. You got to let me finish. How do you do the work that you love of driving the truck without being gone for days at a time? Is there a local, more regional route, if you understand what I'm saying? Or if you're driving and delivering stuff locally, does that fire the pistons? That's what I'm trying to understand.
I do have local options. I could do something local to my state. I could do a regional route that gets me home a little more often, but still keeps me out a few days at a time. Or I even thought part of the reason I want to go independent, I could set my schedule to where I just run hard for 3 weeks and then I go ahead and stay home for 1 week. And then possibly even just take off the month of July if I do my budget properly. Well,
that's an option. How would that make your heart feel with this family thing?
I think it'd make it feel good because that'd give me a week out of every month with my kids, and then a month off with the whole family, go do some vacation and stuff.
Well, there you go, brother. We just found our solution. I think it's either the local, regional route, you know what I mean, where you're delivering stuff, and you're working for yourself. Maybe you're delivering all local routes and you're home at 6:00 every night. I think you got to look into that, and it looks like you've started to. But if you enjoy driving the truck and running your own business, and can you get some clients where you're doing a lot of local stuff in a 60 to 90 mile radius? So that's a good full day, but you're home eating dinner, bathing the kids, story time. I would at least look into that. There's nothing to lose. So I think we got a clear answer. If you choose power lines, I don't think it's a bad choice, and I'll tell you why. Because you're going to be home with the family more and you're doing something you really enjoy. But I would make sure you really enjoy it so that if you walk away from the thing you love, we don't have this big gap. And maybe you jump back into trucking later on when the kids are gone. So I think you got two great options, and it's your choice, not mine.